Hi YouTube, I'm Krishna at Inspire. Can we shoot a feature film with a budget Lumix S52X camera? It's a $1 million question, not in literal sense, but in reality. 2 decades back, this would have been unimaginable. Lumix X52X is a revolutionary camera, a real genius with feature packed from Panasonic. Let's dive in and try to explore X52X with combinations to find out how we can tailgate the industry icons like Arri Alexa, Red or Sony Vegas. Trust me, it is challenging. But imagine the fun and benefits. We are capturing a movie like The Big Guys. So what does Lumix X52X offer for this undertaking? Number one, it's extremely cheap compared to the Hollywood standards. I've done a detailed video on X52X. All specs are mentioned and you can find the link attached down below. In short, X52X has 14 stops of dynamic range, can record 10-bit at 6K resolution and can shoot ProRes RAW internally. Externally, it can shoot RAW in 12-bit up to 5.9K resolution at 30 frames per second. 12-bit capability pushes the editing flexibility to the next level. ProRes RAW and B-RAW options are revolutionary and a handy feature for professional level productions. Industry-leading sensor shift 5-axis stabilization cuts out the need for a gimbal. As camera movement is an important aspect of movie making, a good inbuilt stabilizer can reduce the need for dolly and Steadicam greatly. In most situations, DJI gimbal is an excellent choice for cinematic movements. Stabilization adds a ton of quality to the footage. Dual native sensor placed at 640 and 4000 ISO cuts out the need for expensive lighting setup. Base ISO can be increased to higher numbers without introducing noise. Alternatively, we can light the scene brighter and bring down the exposure in post. In the audio side, compatible Panasonic XLR adapter allows for recording quality audio. The full frame camera naturally gives good shallow depth of field. A camera is as good as the lens mounted in front of it. As we are looking for pocket-friendly options, Zeiss, Cook or Hawk lenses are out of question. Before choosing the lens, let's try to understand what separates the above lens from the normal photographic lens. In one word, the organic look. Organic is a broader term and many factors contribute to it. It is highly subjective too. Color, contrast, dynamic range, all are part of it. But lens quality is the most important factor. There is a secret budget option to narrow the gap towards this organic look: vintage lenses. Since these lenses are made many decades ago, they don't have the modern coatings on them. So how does it help us? Or rather, how we can take advantage of this shortfall? Vintage lens let in more light to the sensor. Light anomalies are allowed into the lens, which can produce colorful sunflares, unique haze and interesting bokeh. They produce soft skin tones, low contrast and dreamlike images with amazing colors. In short, each vintage lens has its own unique characteristics. A fantastic choice for cinematic captures. Canon FD lens, Russian-made Helios, Tamron, Pentax, Tokino, all are unique vintage lenses for cinematic captures. Rehoused Helios is even rumored to have been used in many premium movies. Vintage lenses are inexpensive and can be bought really cheap in the used market. Now, the $1 million question. How do we use these on modern mirrorless cameras? There are adapters available to adapt vintage lens to Lumix L mount or any other modern camera. Keep in mind, most adapters are manual and they don't have autofocus available. Anamorphic lens is an excellent choice for cinematic shots. They provide widescreen aspect ratio, most desired for cinematic captures. Hollywood uses anamorphic lens for majority of their shots. Surai anamorphic lens is a good option to consider. In addition to the vintage lens, what are the other options available to add value to a production? A promise filter will help to reduce the digital look of modern mirrorless cameras. And circular ND filters are budget options for controlling light to the sensor. Nisi True Color variable ND filters are a good choice for true colors with minimal color cast. Now, what are the lighting options to look for? Nanlite Mix Panel 150, Small Rig 220B, etc. are good choices for budget level lighting options. Not the best, but real value for money. To sum it up, for the time being, Joker and Bahubali movies are unique and at some distance in terms of quality and feel. Arri Alexa, Sony Vegas and Red cameras are gold standards for sure. The sole purpose of this video is to find out how far an aspiring amateur cinematographer is from movie quality productions. And is it possible to create quality content on a budget? The gap between higher-end productions and amateur content creators are narrowing as technology is developing. Panasonic Lumix X52X is a huge leap forward for budget level productions. Of course, there are many shortfalls, but cameras twice the price doesn't have the options inbuilt. Raw capability, external SSD recording, different frame rate and formats, low light capabilities, dependable autofocus, all are amazing. A big step up for Panasonic and a giant leap for aspiring cinematographers. So to answer the million-dollar question, can S52X be used for a feature film? Very near is the answer. You don't need a $10,000 RED camera or a $50,000 Alexa for a legit project. In the hands of an expert cinematographer, Lumix S52X is more than capable of shooting a movie with it. So ask yourself, are you ready for the challenge? Start creating, practice long, and most importantly, enjoy the process. And stores like PhotoCircle are good options for camera gears on a budget. I will be coming out with more filming options shortly with this camera. The sole purpose of this channel is to promote and encourage aspiring content creators who are on a budget. Let's work together and find out ways to reach there. Panasonic is a brand to watch. I'm really impressed with S52X, budget level beast. Thanks for watching and please consider subscribing.